that house. Wow.
What are you laughing about?
That house, it's ridiculous.
All of these back here are pretty ridiculous.
Jeez.
Especially when they're your second home.
Yeah. Kids, if you keep your head down, go to school every day and work really hard, you can afford something like this. That's a pretty big house. Good morning, folks. We are at Lake of the Ozarks. Check out this place. This is Greg's place. He's nice enough to let us stay here. It's beautiful. It's in the back of this cove. It's really nice. That's this is a little balcony off of the dining room. Beautiful. The water's about 5 foot low. It's cold this morning. It's about 40 degrees. We kind of slept in. We didn't get here till about 10:30 last night, and we stayed up till almost 1 o'clock just talking, catching up on things. And we've been in there for about an hour catching up on the coronavirus. It's kind of scary, kind of, I don't know. It's really common sense. Just wash your hands and all that. Don't really know if there's a political element to it. Don't know what to think about it, but still something to be very concerned about. A lot of people dying here and there. Stock market's crashed. I think it's down like over 2,500 points this week. We got everything closing. Major League Soccer, NBA, NHL. They pushed the start of the baseball season back a couple weeks. They've shut down spring training, like March Madness is supposed to still go on, but they're not allowing any spectators, no crowds. So it's just going to be like a, I don't know, like a pickup game or something with elite athletes. Disneyland shut down. It's a mess, but we're going fishing. They've actually canceled a couple tournaments. You know, FLW and Major League Fishing have announced that they're not going to allow any social gatherings in their tournaments for the next month or so. So that's pretty alarming. But that's what you got to do. You got to keep people from what do they call it? Social, I don't know, they got a name for it. You'll know it. But anyway, they got to keep people from gathering in large groups. That's how this stuff is spreading. So we're getting ready to get out on the water. I have got to get some socks on. Some nasty feet. It's 40 degrees out here and I'm standing on this tile and my feet are starting to get a little bit numb. So we're gonna get some clothes on and get on the water and see what happens. Tournament is tomorrow. We got the pre-meeting tonight, which I don't think we're gonna go to that because of the coronavirus or just because we can relax a little bit more. So stay tuned. Here we go. I'm ready for these days when we don't have to layer up so much.
Won't that be nice?
Yes.
We had a couple like that.
Yeah, we got spoiled there for a minute.
Yeah, no more.
Can I go fishing with you, sir?
Yes, you have to.
Okay. I got nobody else to fish with.
Yeah.
I don't want to do a bank fishing video.
I heard a lot of bitching and moaning and complaining already from everybody.
Really? That's good.
Lucky to catch one, this, that, and the other. I don't know about all that. But maybe they don't fish her up. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll find out here before too long.
I'm confident we'll catch something.
I bet we can catch something right along this bank.
Pretty confident of that.
Ready?
I'm ready.
lot of bait in this area. That's a bass.
Anybody back there for the rest of it? I didn't hurt anything back there. We didn't hurt anything back here either. You can have it. You're not getting any bites? Had a few bites, but haven't put anything in the boat. We're just kind of coming up and nipping. Well, I can't even get any bites. I caught a couple, but we've had a few, about 3 or 4, but nothing take the whole damn thing. Kind of
swiping at it,
that
you know?
jerk bait, and that's about it.
They won't eat it. They're just hitting it.
Yeah. They're waiting until tomorrow, I think.
Good luck.
Yeah, you too, buddy. Be safe out there.
Think out here, Mike?
Tough, dude.
Yeah.
We gotta do something better tomorrow. That's for sure. It's gonna be more of a battle of attrition tomorrow, right? I mean,
Yeah. So you can stay out here.
The weather does what they say it's gonna do.
Yeah, we got, what is it supposed to get up to, like 40, 42, 43, something like that? Rain. It's going to be tough. It's going to be 36 in the morning. It's going to be a mental battle just staying out here.
Why do you think the water's so much clearer in here than it is?
I don't really know.
We caught a few in here in a tournament a couple weekends ago, and I was amazed how much clearer it is in here.
I don't know. I kind of noticed that as soon as we came in here.
You pot fishing tomorrow?
No, I don't think so. They're moving out of their old house into the new one. So.
You gotta do real work?
Yeah. Yes.
Moving's never fun.
No, it's fun.
That's when we realized we got way too much crap.
I know either.
We all do. The bigger your house, the more crap you collect.
Exactly.
You had an 18-wheeler, you fill it up. Good luck to you guys.
You too, man.
Trying to get a jerkbait bite going. The water temp's about 45 degrees. We're right off the Osage now. We made a little move. Just trying to locate a few fish. Mike's not going to fish his spots that he's fishing tomorrow because he already knows what's there. So we're just trying to find some new stuff. There he is.
Okay.
Yeah, little Ned rig fish. Shout out to Ron, PB&J. That was a real subtle bite. He just kind of, I didn't even feel him pick him up. My line was just moving. It was kind of heavy. So they're biting kind of soft right now. That's it, folks. We're out of time. We got to be off the water by 4. It's about 3:30. So we're going to make a run back. Put the boat back on the trailer. Caught a couple fish, had a few bites. Tomorrow's a new day, definitely a new day. It's going to be raining and nasty out here. I don't know if I'll be able to bring the camera out because of all the rain. I'm going to try to get you some footage, and we'll follow this up on the other side.
Unihorn. Why is it a unicorn? It's got a horn right in the middle of its head, just one. So how did we get the name Unihorn?
Oh yeah, it's good. That's good. I never thought about that. Unicorn. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's just too obvious. I don't know.
Unicorn. What about candy corn?
Disgusting.
You know, candy corn. Yeah, but candy corn's got that conical shape to it. If you put like a piece of candy corn on top of a horse's head, it's a unicorn. Not really, but I don't know. Probably didn't make sense, but I'm trying to make something out of it.
Nothing makes sense.
No. Tournament morning was an absolute madhouse. Me and Mike trailered over. His co-angler Gary had met us at Greg's place. So we left Greg's, thought we had plenty of time, but when we turned into the PB2 entrance, we got just about halfway down the hill and there was a line of boats already waiting to launch. Basically, if you're familiar with that area, we didn't even make it to where the bathrooms are. They're on the right hand side. There's probably 80 boats in front of us waiting to launch. We had about 45 minutes, but the line was moving super slow. So my boater had stayed at Robin's Resort and he had just came over by water. He was down there tied up to the dock waiting on me. And Gary wasn't comfortable backing Mike's boat in, so I was gonna back Mike in for him, which, by the way, co-anglers, if you're not comfortable with backing a boat in, let your boater know. It's no big deal. It's dark down there at night. You definitely don't want to take a chance of crushing, you know, your the trailer's fenders or scratching up somebody's truck. You don't have a lot of room on those boat ramps, so if you're not comfortable with backing down a really long boat, don't do it. It's no big deal. So we were in line waiting. It was taking forever, and as it got closer to tournament time, which was 6:30, you know, my boater was getting anxious, understandably so. So Mike took all my rods down there and found my boater and put my rods in the boat. So all I had to do was basically just line up the boat on the boat ramp, and then Gary took over and backed Mike in, and I had just enough time to throw my gear in Chris's boat and make our way out to the takeoff site. We were boat, I think, 131. Mike was in the 80s. He actually didn't make it out in time, but he was with his co-angler, so it was no big deal. So needless to say, I didn't have any time in the morning to do any morning footage. So what you're going to see now is my fish catch, and then you're going to see the weigh-in footage shortly after that. So here we go. Good morning, guys. I'm out here on Lake of the Ozarks. Me and Chris have been bouncing around trying to figure something out, and caught me a nice spot. A little Ned rig fish. Fishing really shallow. I was kind of surprised. I didn't figure anything would be up there that shallow, but it's a cold day. The rain came through this morning, and luckily it quit for us, which is making it a little more comfortable out here. But we're just poking around. Chris is working hard to try to get us on some fish, and I'm glad to have that sucker. All right, guys, we're getting ready to bag our fish up. Man, it was really tough out here. Chris caught a fish in the last 20 minutes. That was the only bite he got. I got 2 bites today. So I got one nice spot. That's it. I'm happy to have it. It was a Ned rig fish. It was tough, man. It was a lot of cast to catch a single fish. It's really cold out here. I think it's, you can tell, I don't think it ever got out of the 40s. It's just super damp out here. Had rain off and on all day long. Miserable day, and fishing conditions were really tough. So we're getting ready to throw our fish in a bag and see what we come up with. No, I'm getting ready to right now. Okay, go ahead.
Keys back to you if you want.
Do what?
I'll walk the keys back to you if you want to get the truck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. There it is, man. He works hard for that fish. Caught that in the last 20 minutes.
You guys have a good day? Fun anyway? Wet, tired.
It was tough.
This place needed some, like, Wisconsin strain largemouth that are stupid.
Hey, Mike,
You know?
hold this right here so I can get my fish out.
Here we go, Gabe. What you got?
Ain't much.
I had myself 1-5 even. 1-5 even.
What's yours?
5 even. Yeah, I thought we were on to something there, but.
What about you? 3.
It went off, Gabe. Or the display did.
It's still rolling.
Mike Gable told me last night, he said, you know, Al, one of these days that roach is going to fall out your ass. I'm like, but your boat ain't going to get real good?
He got one nice spot. Even tougher than practice.
Yeah. Should have had 5, man. I caught like 4 swords.
Yeah, he's a fat one.
He caught his 9
Hey, I'm happy to. Back on table.
South Greenfield, Missouri co-winger. Who wants to say Scott Suber, South Greenfield, Missouri co-winger. Caught a keeper today. He's got one that goes 2 pounds and 10 ounces. Appreciate you, sir. Thanks for fishing with us. Dwayne Hanslick. Good to see you, Dwayne.
Not really.
Bass was it?
We had a good time.
He's got a 5 bass limit. We're looking for 11.7. His 5 go 11 pounds. 12 ounces. Jeff Moss is our new tournament leader. Give us an ounce. 11 pounds, 13 ounces. 11, 13. Let's hold one up, just in case we don't get beat. We want to make an electronic file of our current leader on the co-winger side. 11 pounds and 13 ounces.
How's it going?
Good, how are you
doing? Doing well, thanks.
2019 Angler of the Year.
Thank you.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, I was excited to have that sucker.
Well, I'm on the truth. I'm 44. But my man Andy turned 29 years old today. I know. Hey, 29 is a safe number. Give Andy a happy birthday clap. As the Angler of the Year 2019's birthday is today. God bless. Awesome. Mike Kistner, DeSoto, Missouri co-angler. Part of that tag fishing group, Tournament Anglers. He's in the game. Got a 2 bass bag coming to the scales at 4 pounds and 13 ounces. Shake it off, buddy. Shake it off. Chris Oswegen from Tiffin, Iowa. All-American qualifier. Tell you what, if anybody from this division makes it to the No Entry Free Regional Championship on lacrosse, you're going to have to face this guy because he's driving all the way down here. Got points at Table Rock. He's getting points today. If you got to fish against him in lacrosse, you're in trouble. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He's got one today that goes 2 pounds and 6 ounces. Just keep getting the points. We'll be in your backyard this October, pal. Gabe Montgomery, Jackson, Missouri, fishing on the co-winger side.
What's up, man?
We got one.
Got a big spot.
Got a big old spot. I like it.
Well, not big enough.
Here, let me see this. I'll record you. There we go. He's got one to weigh in. See how I do this?
Awesome.
We're going to get a picture of this in just a second. He's got one to weigh in. Coming to the scales. Look at this. Live action. No one's ever got this footage before. That one's going to weigh 3 pounds even. Coming over here. Bam. He's got a spotted bass. Now I'm going to do this. You pull that fish out of there. I'm going to take this GoPro down here. See that? See how we do this? Look at this. Get to see the good-looking Tournament Anglers Group logo. Give me that 3-pounder. He's got no one giving him some love. Got him on his own camera. It's good stuff. I like it. Who knows what we'll do? There we go, partner. God bless.
Waiting to pick Mike up. PB2 is a cluster at the moment. There are boats everywhere. I guess it's always like this when there's a big tournament. I'm probably about, I don't know, like 50 trailers back. So I'm gonna be sitting here for a while. And I gotta go to the bathroom super bad, but they've got the bathrooms closed for the winter next to the truck. If I'd have known that, I would have went down at the marina, but I made a really long hike with my rods and my gear to the vehicle, and certainly not willing to walk all the way back down there to go to the bathroom, although that could change, I don't know. But I'm in line. Had a tough day. It was just hard to get a bite. I think I got 2 bites, and Chris got 1 bite, and he ended up hooking that fish right the last 20 minutes of the tournament. So that was good. I was super happy that he caught something. But yeah, it was a grind. He threw a rock crawler almost all day, well, a wiggle wart all day long. I caught my fish on a Ned rig. I mixed it up. I threw just all kinds of stuff, but it was just tough where we were at. We ran all the way up by the dam. We fished the gravel way for a little bit. Just kind of bounced around, fishing a lot of main lake point type stuff, and we'd slip back in a little cove or something for a little bit. But we were moving pretty fast. He was trying to cover some more with that crankbait and a spinnerbait as well. He'd caught some fish a couple days before doing that in the same areas, but I guess they just pulled off. I don't know. We had this nasty cold front. It's trying to see what it is. It's probably about 40 degrees out here. It's pretty cold, super damp. Everybody's soggy and wet. So shout out to everybody that fished the BFL number 2 at Lake of the Ozarks in the Ozark division. Man, it was tough. We all got to go through it together. It could have been worse though, because it didn't rain. It quit raining about the time the tournament started. I mean, it rained all through the night, and they were forecasted to have rain throughout the day. And luckily, it just kind of slowed down. It rained for just a little bit, and then it was just kind of misty and hazy and stuff here and there. So, but I got some points. That fish weighed 3 pounds. I'm sure you saw the footage of Mr. MC. That was really cool of him to do that. Shout out to Alan Gray, MC of the year. Lake of the Ozarks is being very stingy. On the boater side, Corey Steckler won. I think he had 18.7. But second place dropped all the way down to 14.12, I do believe. We actually ran into Corey. We were eating at Half Sauce, which is a local barbecue joint. Me and Greg and Mike went there after the tournament, and Corey was sitting there with the Hibdons at the table, which, by the way, I hope he paid for the dinner with that big fat check that he won. I didn't actually get to talk to Corey, but Greg and Mike had some interaction, and he seems like a really humble guy. So shout out to Corey, man. Good work, dude. So Mike finished like 57th. I mean, he was only, I got some notes here, he was about 2 pounds and 10 ounces out of the last place check. There were 175 boats, so 175 boaters, 175 cows, and on the boater side there were 66 zeros. You know, sometimes the boaters don't weigh in their fish, but needless to say, there were 66 zeros. So, you know, that last place check, I think they paid 35 places, was 7 pounds and something. So pretty tough conditions, pretty tough tournament for everybody. I finished in 42nd, and I was like 14 ounces away from that 35th place check. So one fish, I mean, that's all it would have took. And a lot of people, one fish would have put them right up close to the, you know, right up towards the top 10 mark. Actually, it was really, really tough. On the coast side, there were 97 zeros. So, you know, out of 175, there were 97 guys didn't weigh in a fish on the coast side. That's pretty tough. It kind of reminds me of Kentucky Lake in the fall. It gets really, really tough. Things are changing down there, but it was a good tournament. You know, I started fishing this Ozark series to learn a lot, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Chris was a fun guy to fish with. We ran all the way to the dam from PB2 and the first thing in the morning, about a 20-minute run, and it was cold, 36 degrees. Overcast, really damp. It was kind of misting off and on throughout the day. But shout out to Chris, because he never got a bite from a bass until about 10 minutes before the tournament was over. We pulled in across the cove from PB2 there on the other side of the lake, and he kept that wiggle wart in his hand all day long. He caught one drum in the mouth and one in the tail first thing in the morning. That was the only bite he got up until that moment. And with about 10 minutes left in the tournament, he caught a keeper fish, kept him in the points race, which is awesome because he's from Iowa City, Iowa, and he's fishing this division because the regional is up there on the Mississippi River, and that's his home body of water. So he's trying to make that regional tournament, and hopefully he'll be more comfortable at least. That's all I got for you guys. Appreciate it. Please subscribe if you have not. Share it on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and until next time.
Fighter jet over here too, behind us.
Behind it? Oh, I hear him. Oh yeah.
A10, I think.